Hello guys, welcome along, hope you're all doing well. We're back for another video in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we're talking all things GSX, and this is going to be part one of a two-part guide as there's quite a bit to unpack. And in part one I'll cover all the ground handling features from boarding to pushback, and I've only recently purchased GSX after it received a couple of decent updates, so I'll discuss the features, give you some honest feedback and discuss whether it's still worth buying. And for full disclosure, I've not installed any airport custom profiles as I want to see how the pushback feature performs straight out of the box, although I have downloaded a 777 profile and also enabled the passengers in the cabin, as I thought that'd be quite fun to see how that works. Okay, so without further ado, let's hop inside the flight deck and get started. Right, so here we are on stand 575 at London Heathrow. Let's get our GSX menu open, and that brings up all the available services at our current gate. So let's request boarding, as that takes a little while to complete, and then that will prompt us to select our handling operator. So we'll hit British Airways as we're on a British Airways stand, and then we'll just hop outside and check GSX in action. And if we just take a look to the right, we can see our 3 sets of air stairs arriving, and they're all branded up with British Airways logos, so they look very swish. And with the GSX it'll automatically take control of the PMDG doors, so when the stairs attach the doors should open, so we'll just watch that for a couple of seconds. And I've picked a fairly remote stand at Heathrow, so there's not too much clutter around us and jetways and things like that, just so you can see all the GSX handling equipment coming in. It gives it a bit more space around the aircraft. And if we just pan around to the left, we should be able to see the doors as they open up. There we go, so our doors are open, and also we can now see our front and aft cargo loaders have arrived as well to get all the baggage on. So we'll just wait for those to arrive so we can watch them being loaded on, and already it feels like the plane is more alive, I would say, a lot more immersive, so I am quite enjoying this. There goes the passenger bus in the background speeding along, and here come the bags. So let's just pan around to the back and take a bit of a closer look at the rear cargo loader. This plane does look superb though. I like the cones around the engines as well, that looks smart. I'm also enjoying all the additional sound effects you get with GSX. All the machinery loading on sounds really good. I don't know if that's coming through on the video, but again it's another level of immersion. Ah, that looks really cool. Look at the way the container swivels on the conveyor belt. I do like that. And up she goes. And let's fire up the GSX menu again, and we'll queue up our next service, which can be the catering. So hopefully, let's just go back to the menu. And that says, yeah, that now says catering service requested. So after the bags have finished loading on, then the catering trucks will arrive as well. So that's all good. We'll get that moving, and in the meantime, on goes the cargo. Lovely. Right, I can just see under the plane our passenger bus has now arrived. So let's hop over to the other side and see how they're all getting along. Very cool. There we go. Here come all our passengers. This is the exciting bit of your holiday, isn't it? Walking across the tarmac, up the stairs, getting ready for your croque monsieur, maybe gin and tonic or a cheeky beer. Please drink responsibly. This is actually really fun to watch because I don't normally sort of pan around the plane like this. I'm normally sat in the flight deck, getting my flight plan sorted, getting all the systems ready to go, but I am quite enjoying this. Let's head up the front set of stairs, shall we? Right, up we go then. Hi, do you need to see my boarding pass? Of course you don't, I'm the captain, I don't know why I said that. Right, so not too many first class passengers yet, one geezer on his own, but as you can see the rest of the plane is filling up quite nicely. I mean, it's a bit weird, but it's quite enjoyable. Right, mate, there's no way you can afford a business class ticket. I'm going to have to ask you to move. Don't pretend you're reading that magazine. Fine, whatever. Right, let's have a little inspection over this way. Yeah, plenty of premium economy customers. They're all enjoying themselves. I'm not sure whether I'd have this on all the time, to be honest. I don't know what it's gonna. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what it's going to do to my frame rate, and they don't look that realistic, do they? But I suppose it's again another level of immersion if you're into it. I kind of prefer just an empty plane, but I can kind of see why you'd want them. Right, back to the flight deck then. This plane is not going to push back itself, so let's crack on. Another really cool thing you can do is if we turn around and open the cabin door, we'll be able to hear all our cabin crew talking to our customers, checking their boarding passes. Just have a listen to this.
Hello, this way please. Hello, good morning. Welcome on board. Good morning. May I see your
That's quite good, isn't it? So depending on what airline you're flying as well, the accents of the crew will match. So it's quite nice to have that sort of background ambient sounds as you're setting everything up in the flight deck. But also, if you shut the door, they shut up. Peace and quiet at last. So back outside then we can see our caterers have now arrived as well, so they're just loading on all the trolleys with the food. So we're nearly there now. And you can really hear those trolleys rumbling across the metal floor, which sounds pretty realistic. Now let's just hop back out to the other side to see how our passengers are getting on. And the passenger bus is now leaving, so that means boarding is complete. And in fact that bong from the flight deck is confirmation. So let's hop back inside. And I'll get the GSX menu up again, and we can just see there that we've now got the boarding complete message. So that's fine. We can start thinking about pressurising the plane so we can get ready for pushback. So I will get our hydraulics panel set, pop some fuel pumps on, and we will get the APU on. There we go. Okay, right, what's next? Let's get the GSX menu open again, and we will get rid of our air stairs. So if we come up to operate stairs, I believe it is, number 7, there we go. And we'll hop outside and just watch those disappearing. There's the doors shutting. And down the stairs go. I do like all the animations of these ground vehicles. They are really well done, I have to say. And away they go, in perfect unison. Impressive driving. Okay, so that is us fully loaded up and ready for departure, so let's start thinking about pushback then. Right, so let's double check our APU is now running, which it is, so back to the flight tablet. And we can release our ground power, and also we want to remove our chocks at the top there. There we go. And let's get the GSX menu open again, and we're now going to press prepare for pushback and departure.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
And there's the ground crew letting us know that they're all set and ready to go. So let's hop back outside and watch the ground crew in action then. You can just see him walking in now. So he's going to wander over and insert the bypass pin into our nose wheel gear.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I'm just trying to show you a slightly better angle of what he's up to, but this external camera is really hard to control, and I've made a bit of a mess of that, to be fair. But here he comes, and the tug is about to move into position and start pushing us back. Here he comes.
Locking gear.
So I'm now going to select nose to the left,
Release parking brakes.
and parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, rock and roll. Let's get engine 2 started. So ignition switch to the start position and fuel on. And as I mentioned earlier, I haven't got any custom pushbacks installed for Heathrow, so I just wanted to see how and where it pushes us back to sort of as a default setting, so that'll be quite interesting to see as that magnificent GE90 engine fires up. Never get sick and tired of hearing that. Okay, so the tug is now just starting to turn us left now, and the wing walker has just been absolutely flattened by the tug, so a little bit buggy still, GSX, but we'll let that one go. Okay, so we've got a good start on engine 2, just waiting for the power to transfer over. And there we go, so engine 1 start, and fuel lever can go on. And the push is looking pretty good from our cockpit, and from the outside you can see where we started from and where we are now, so that's looking good. This is looking really good actually. Going to be bang on the line, I think. Here we go. That is super impressive. I would seriously consider using this for pushback on VATSIM as well, as we don't have pushback functionality in the 777 at the moment, so it's definitely a viable option for us. So I'm happy about that. Unless the tug never actually stops, of course, and pushes us back all the way across the runway. You are going to stop. There we go. Awesome.
Set parking brakes.
Right, so parking brake is set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Okay, so we've got to confirm our good engine start, which is looking good. Let's just switch off those centre pumps. Okay, then let's get the GSX menu open, and we will confirm to the ground crew that we have good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, so away goes our tug, and our dispatcher is going to now come and remove the bypass pin.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
There we go.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Lovely, so that is pretty much it for our pushback. We've just got to wait for our dispatcher to wander off and give us the signal, and then we are good to proceed with our taxi. So off goes the tug. He's done a great job, thank you very much. And our dispatcher is now going to give us a little wave of the bypass pin. There we are. And there's a little wave goodbye as well. Toodaloo. Okay, I'm going to leave it about there for part 1 of my look at the updated version of GSX. Overall impressions are really good. There's a couple of little bugs, but for the added overall immersion you get, it's definitely worth it. And be sure to look out for part 2, where I'll cover taxiing with the Follow Me car, along with parking up and deboarding options. And if you did enjoy today's video, maybe you learned something new, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.